Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I want to review for playing a game. Like this is the first one I got, 8-bit FC30 controller, which I got from a Micro Center. It's approximately about $45 to $50. The next one I want to comment is the Shield, the first generation Shield game controller. That came with the box with the remote and the Nvidia Shield. Again, this is the first generations. And lastly, the latest I got is the Wazer. Let me see. I think it's pronounced Raiju, mobile gaming controller with Bluetooth and C-wire enabled. This is how the remote looks like. And it comes with a wire in the box, a C connector, I believe. Let's open it. So fancy. There's a C connector with an L shape on it, if you look closer. And then also give you a USB to C connector as well, a long braced cable. And this one, the remote control I got from Amazon is about like $100. It was a little bit on sale. So let's go over what are the pros and cons for each of the individual device. So let's start with the small one, the 8-bit FC30 controller. So the reason I got it is because this looked like the back old days, the classic Famicom. And it's great design for those who are nostalgic. And this thing is very small, easy to travel around, portable, and very lightweight. Like this also device, because it comes with Bluetooth, it works really well on both Android and PC and has a very good battery life. Okay, so yeah, I'm not sure if it works with Apple. I'm assuming no for now, but you have to test it out. Since I don't have any Apple phone, so I cannot put any comment whether this device would work with Apple or not. And it comes with joystick, D-pad, and then it looks like X, Y, A, B buttons, start select, and then there's a button on the top here. There's a little wire here, so it can be used with wire controller using USB cable. Disadvantage for this is like there's no vibrations or rumble support. And when you play longer hour, your D-pad feels a little bit stiff and make it hard to execute, like when you do a special move, and your finger will get tired too. I don't know why. You cannot connect to Bluetooth automatically. Somehow you have to always connect it manually in order to work. No idea. Oh, the default layout is the Nintendo button, which making like very strange. If you go travel, you don't want to carry a lot of stuff and want to be as light as possible. This might be a good device to play on a plane or at the hotel, etc., because this is very, again, it's very lightweight for like $40, $50, which is not bad, right? And this is like, if you look closer here, power button and then the Bluetooth button here on the bottom. And that's it for this one. And then the next one I want to go over is the Nvidia Shield controller that came out with 2015. Again, this is the first generations, and the one I got back then, the whole thing is like $300 something. It's kind of a long time ago. I don't remember. It comes with the Shield, the remote, and this is, if I remember correctly, the second generation. This remote control is not come with it. You have to buy separately, which is about like $40 to $50. Yeah, same price as this one, right? I will get this one instead, you know. And then, okay, let's go over the first generation of this Nvidia Shield. The good thing is they have a, you see here, there's a volume button, the headphone jack, and then there's also a USB micro cable. You can use this for Wi-Fi to connect to the Shield. You can use this as a remote control to control your TV, and you can use this as a playing game as well, as a wireless Wi-Fi. Very responsive this device. And this D-pad here is very comfortable when you play game, and also good for making like special, like I would say special move in a game. You don't feel as tired as using the D-pad on here. So they gave you very comfortable pressing. You don't feel much, I don't feel too tired when playing too long. You will feel the vibrations and rumble supports. It has a very good battery life and worked well with, I tested out on PC, so it worked really well on PC and Android using a wire here. It has a, this thing also has a traditional Xbox, like a controller layout, which is comparable with PC and Android. And that's something, disadvantage for this is like the first generation, it doesn't come with Bluetooth. A Note, a second generation, the Bluetooth issue fixed. It has the Bluetooth there. So of course, why you spend money buying first generation, right? Get second generations, which I think I should get one pretty soon, to have a Bluetooth support. It's a touch screen, kind of like touch. It's not really a button, it's like a touch sensor, which is not, I'm not a super fan of this. Like it's a start and then a pay select button. And this is probably for, this is also like a home button for Android. Again, this is not really a button, it's like a touch sensor, I would say. And then this is also plus or minus. It's only work for Android, the Shield, I would say. Test out with PC, it doesn't work, nothing respond on here. Yeah, and then they give you a joystick here. It's very smooth. And then there's a 2 button on here, little button here, and then pressing button here. Yeah, the overall, I think like buying itself, this like for 40, 50, I think it's $50. It's very cheap compared like to this one. So I guess it's second generation. If you don't mind being this size of the big piece for traveling, I think this is a better deal. Like unless you want to have the old style, the Nintendo gamepad give me a little childhood memory. Otherwise, this would be a better deal. The second generation again. And lastly, the one that I want to talk about is the Wazer Raiju. If I pronounce it right, I still don't know how to pronounce it. Good thing is it supports so many variety devices. It has Bluetooth, you can connect to the wire here, and it works well with PC, Android, no issues. Built-in a phone mount, little mount here. So that is the reason why I want to get this. That I have to spend $100 for this remote control. That the Shield, neither the first or generation one has it. It's this little mount that you can put your phone here, and you can play without like putting your phone on a table. So you can, if you play, your angle would towards you. Have this mount is very important, you know. You're not holding like one thing or another thing. Unless you play on a TV, then this is more like a reasonable device to use. Yeah, so this is the reason why I'm getting this, mainly because of this phone mount, and you don't need a separate like stand for your phone. And good thing about this is auto pair. You don't have to do manually compared this one. Don't know why you cannot do this automatically. You can pair with 2 different devices without issues. It's very comfortable, classic Xbox controller layout, which is good compatibility with Android. There's a lot of additional button here, like besides all this, same as what you see on Android. There's also like button here, there's also a button on here, there's also a button here, and you can simply map with Android without issues, and you can adjust the analog triggers to activate more quickly. Oh, and then by the way, there's also a button on the bottom here. If you see here, it's also give you select back, home, and start button. And the downside for this, where the Shield has, is this one, the Wazer, has no vibrations or mumble support. I think it's because it's designed for Android phone. That's why they didn't have this feature enabled. But if you get this different model of the Wazer remote controller, it'll come with it. When I play games, compare this to is the button itself. If you hear, so now I'm trying to click, right? You can hear the sound is very clicky. The clicking sound is very loud compared to Android. I'm clicking on it. Let's test it out. You don't hear like too much of the clicking sound. So that's another disadvantage. I mean, it's not really disadvantage. Depends how the button will drive you crazy on it, right? The clicky sound. It's like when I play shooting games, like, you know. So it's not really a big problem to me, but I'm not sure if anyone have that disturbing to other or hate that clicky sound. Might not be good for having this remote control. And this D-pad is a little bit hard to use when you do a special what's it called, function on a game compared to Nvidia Shield, because when you look at here, the D-pad, right, it looks like there's a 4, if you look here closely, the D-pad, it looks like there's a 4 separate buttons versus the Nvidia Shield. It looks like one button, so easy to move up and down, right? And then because there's so many buttons here in the back, you can easily like hit on this button in the back accidentally. So when you play a game, maybe you have to do something to disable this 2 button in the back. Hopefully all the games can have this kind of feature, disable this 2 button, or else you easily, when you play, it's like, oop, I hit some button. Oops, I didn't do that. Why I'm doing that? Oh, it's because I hit this 2 little button in the back. And yes, I cannot deny that this is the very expensive remote controller. Using for a while, only have 2 random times that the Bluetooth got disconnected when using the phone and play with it, and hopefully would not be that frequent. Then will be really bad when you're playing games using a Bluetooth. Yeah, definitely this one is very expensive compared to the other Nvidia Shield remote and the Nintendo one. Guess the reason, the mainly I want this is because of this little handle, the phone handle, so you don't have to use a separate item. You just have a phone, hook it up here, and then just play, right? Without, or go out, or when you're on a plane, you don't have anything like a stand to put on the plane, then you just hook this up, then you can play. Which one I like the most, I cannot tell you, but this one I use as a connectable item. Now I have the other 2, the Shield and the Wazer. I honestly, I use less of this now. Now I just use this as a connectable item, the Nintendo design. I would say I would use this one more. I like this more because it's very convenient when I play with the phone. I guess if I use on the TV, I will go back to the Shield. So it depends how I play and what device I use to play. Then this 2 will become different usage to me. I hope the Shield in the future can create something you can put on the phone, but I feel like the Nvidia Shield might not do that because they designed for use the Shield as a box to play over the TV using this remote device, not designing for a phone. Versus this is like you can use like many devices. You can use over a PC, Android, or TV box that you have. You can play this, just hook up your Bluetooth and play it very easily. Maybe you can do this to all your device without needing a Shield. Spend the $100 for all this device. That's it for this video, for the review pro and con. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you the next video.